Brendan, not just because it's 6 wins out of 6, but how much satisfaction do you draw from the nature of that victory today?
Yeah, no, so proud of the team because you play against a team that are sat in 5-4-1. It can be very, very difficult, and then whenever you concede the goal from the opponent, then it's even more difficult. But we just reiterated at half time in terms of keeping the patience. We had some good opportunities in the first half. And in the second half, we had an idea in terms of if we needed to change the pattern of the game, how we would do that. So that's something that we looked at over the last couple of days. And as I said, they come from behind against, like I said, Everton are a good side. They get good players. And, just before we scored, we started to break through and they maybe started to tire a little bit. And then once we got the first goal, we had real good momentum in the game. And with a better pass, we could have had a few more. But young Kalachi coming into the pitch was a big turning point for us, and I'm so happy for him because him and the other guys that don't play so much, like you said before the game, Jeff, we haven't changed the team for the last numbers of games, but these guys are still working tirelessly and being ready if they need to come into the game, and for him, so pleased.
It certainly worked. What was the instruction you gave him, the way you wanted him to influence the game when he came on?
Well, what he is, he's a real good reference because he can hold the ball up. I think it was just moving Ben Chilwell back in to make up a back three, keeping with our midfield, and then obviously rather than having Jamie up with two wingers, we put him up there with Jamie, and then had two wing backs, one attacking one in Harvey, and obviously one full back pushed on in Ricardo. And it was just a case of going, and he can operate between the lines, but he can also threaten in behind, and he was a real threat when he came on.
You're the beneficiary of his decision. Jamie Vardy now top goal scorer in the Premier League. If you're Gareth Southgate, next summer you're going to come and try and change his mind?
Well, I don't think listen, he's a top player, Jeff. I think the one thing to mention today, because it's getting, the referees and the officials have got a lot of criticism, and VAR has got a lot of criticism. I think today was a real plus for it, because the penalty, I've always said, some go for you, some go against you. The penalty, when you see it back, Graham gave it, but VAR showed that it probably wasn't a penalty, so we accept that. And then Graham's patience to let the game flow at the end, whenever the linesman held up the flag, he let it go, and it proved that it was an actual goal. So VAR worked really well today, as did the officials, and of course with the beneficiary, which is great.
That's fair, but my point about Jamie Vardy
is still the same, Jeff. He's very happy. Working, getting his recovery in between these international breaks, and like you see, we're benefiting for that.
And also yourself, you have been mentioned in dispatches, another club currently looking for a manager. Can you clarify one thing for us? Is there actually a clause in your contract that if a club meets it, you can go?
No, listen, there probably is in most managers' contracts, Jeff. Listen, it's all hypothetical, all these types of situations. I think for me at this moment, we've had a brilliant win today. As I said, we came back really well. My focus is very much with Leicester, and like I said, I made a change 8-9 months ago, and I came into here, and I'm been so happy since I come into here to work with the players, and I feel we still have a lot of work to do. So like I said, most managers' contracts will have something in that, but for me, my only concentration on is Leicester.
Second in the table right now. Can you achieve your ambitions with Leicester City?
Yeah, listen, I've been very fortunate in my career, Jeff, to work with some brilliant clubs and some great institutions, and coming to here, this was an ambition to come to here to help the club arrive into the top six, and for us, everything's been great since we've worked together. We know there'll be bumps along the way, but for me, my ambition at this very moment in time is to help this club. I have a responsibility to share that with the director of football, with Top, with Susan, our chief executive, to try and move the club forward. So, and I'm very happy in doing that. And there's great potential here at Leicester City in order to push on in the next few years.